So let's now talk about logical operators. There are three types of logical operators which says and, or, and not. What does and do is, let's see this. On line number 50, we are, on line number 51, we are assigning age as 25 and has license as true. Okay. And now we have two conditions to check. If age is greater than equal to 18, so here it will be true, right? And has license is also set as true. Both are true, and add is like multiplication operator, which is 1 multiplied by 1, right? So this is also resulting in true, which is 1. So now the line number 56 will get executed because both of these conditions has resulted in true, right? So this is executed and can drive is set as true because both conditions were true. And now let's check this. Is weekend is we are now setting it as false, and is holiday we are now setting it as true. So since between both of these, one of them is true, right? So it's like and 1 plus 0 or 1 plus 1 or 0 plus 1 all are resulting in 1, right? So that's why if any one of these is true, then this will get executed. Since is holidays set as true, so this statement will still get executed. 61, then 62. Yes. Relax. Yes. Since one condition was true. That's it. And if both of these conditions were true, then also it have executed. And by saying, by printing this line, yes, can relax, yes. And now let's talk about the not operator. So what do not operator do? So what's the function of not operator? It actually reverses the condition. So if I will have to check is raining variable as false, but once we are checking if not is raining, so when we check if is raining, it should have resulted as true, right? Initially, if we have checked if is raining, so if must have resulted in false, right? Because it's now set as false. But now since we are using not operator here, so this line will still get executed. So it's now reversing the decision. So let's talk about the not operator. So not operator actually reverses the result. So in case if is raining, if that might have been the condition, we have already set the variable as false. Line number 67 shouldn't have executed. But since we are using not operator here, it's reversing the decision and changing the false to true. That's why line number 67 got executed. So keep that in mind. There are three operators and, or, and not. Not is used to just negate the result. If this thing might have been true, then I'll show you what might have been the case. Let's debug it again. So since we mentioned it as true, so if is raining, if that was the condition, then the line number 67 should have got executed. But since we are negating the result, now this line number 67 will not get executed. The true is now being changed to false. So see, once I click next, this didn't got executed. So that's the case of not. Now there are three types of membership operators, which are in and not in. So inside of list, a list that we created of different types. So if we want to check whether this element is present inside this list or not, how we can do this? Let's say we were having a list called apple, banana and cherry. And if we execute it upon line number 72, if banana in fruits. So now banana will be searched in so banana will be searched in this list. And since it's present, so line number 73 will get executed. See, in the console, the banana is in the list. And if we are checking, we are using not in. So first we are checking if orange is in fruits. So the result was false, right? Orange is not in fruits. But now we are negating the result. So still this line number 75 will get executed because originally the result was false. But now we are negating. So once I move over this, so orange is not in the list. Print. So this statement is now being executed. Understood? This value of not. So it's negating the result of this condition. And now let's talk about the ternary operators. So what does ternary operator do? So ternary operator is like if we want to squeeze and compact if else into one single statement, then how that statement would look like. So since we are setting the age variable as 20 and now we are checking adult if age is greater than 18, else minor. So earlier we used to break them into different lines, but if we want to use in direct one line only, we can directly say if a is greater than 8 else minor. So single line. So this is called as ternary operator. Right? I've got this status adult, and now we can always check. So status contain the result of this condition, and since we are printing the status, you'll see status adult. Fair? And let's now have the last section of this video, which is a nested if. What if you want to have conditions in conditions? So first, we have set the username as admin. Like for all the admin panels, this is the common thing that we usually check. So username is admin and password is 123. Okay, we are setting two variables. Now we are checking whether the username is equal to admin. What it does is it's directly comparing these strings with admin. So admin equal to admin. Yes, true. And since it's true, the the control will move inside this if. So now we are checking password equal to 123. Yes, that is also true. So now we are printing login successful, right? And since if condition got executed perfectly well, so these both conditions will not get executed. Next, automatically it moved to line number 95. Now let me change one thing here. I'll keep the username is admin1. Now let's see what happens. Let's keep a big point here. And yeah, let's execute this program again. So now username is admin1. So once we reach the statement number 87, we are comparing admin1 equal to admin, which is false, right? So this statement, if statement, will not get executed automatically. That makes sense, right? So automatically our program, the control flow will move towards line number 93. So once I click next, see, it automatically moved to line number 93, user not found. Let's do one more thing. Let's keep the username as admin and then use password as something else, 1232. And now let's rerun the program. And now the admin is, the username is admin, password is 1232. So once we are checking whether username is admin, that will result as true. So the control will move inside this if statement, right? So it's now moving on to line number 88. Now we are checking if password is equal to 123, which is a false case. So this statement will not get executed and we'll directly move to, so if and else work in pair. So if this condition is false, we'll move to the else of this condition only, this particular if. So now we'll see wrong password in console. This wrong password will get printed and we'll move towards the line number 95. And just try to do this. Tutorial complete. Yeah, so that's it. This completes the entire Python conditional statements. I hope you are enjoying it.